Yo, 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 yo! Let's trade some gold. Let's trade some oil. Let's look at Euro dollar and US dollar, and Canadian dollar and Aussie dollar and Kiwi dollar and Swiss franc. Let's trade some Forex. Let's go! Bum, 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 bum. Hey, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy ADP. Hey, whoa, what time is it? We got to keep an eye on that. ADP in just about 15 minutes. Another dumb prediction. Very cool. ISM manufacturing sucked yesterday. Well, as I've already explained to you, that's only 7% of the U.S. economy. So the big doozy one is tomorrow, ISM services. So lots to do today, lots to look forward to on Thursday. Non-farm payrolls on Friday. Holy smokes, the sky's falling, the sky's falling. So much to do and so much to worry about. I'm sure the media is just freaking out. But luckily, you and I, we are logical, we're intelligent, we're methodical. So thanks for being in my life. By the way, my name is Wayne McDonald. I am the Chief FX Market Strategist for TradersWay.com. We're a boutique foreign exchange trading brokerage, and I'm hosting these webinars to help you become a successful foreign exchange trader. And the idea is that Traders Way lures you towards them to try them out of just pure loyalty and respect for me doing these webinars. Then you open a demo account and you're like, man, the execution speed is fast and these spreads are competitive. And look at the swap. Pwah! Massive swap. I love it. And world-class customer service. Stop it. So anyways, everything that you need to succeed as a foreign exchange trader at tradersway.com. Thank you for being here at the Forex.Today YouTube channel. Please subscribe, please like, please comment, and all of that kind of stuff. Ask questions. That's the best way to learn. Just make sure you treat me and everyone else in the chat with dignity and respect. Seems pretty normal, right? Check the negativity at the door, as they say in Georgia. Everything's down. Everything's down. So this is Swissy dollar. Kiwi to, So let's look around the world. Let's do CAD Swissy up, Pound Swissy up, USD Swissy up, and double bottom. Check this out though. There's the 1, 2, 3 we set up. What? There's the 1, 2, 3 we set up. What? Is that awesome? Very interesting. So we may be forming a bottom right where we identified this. Remember, we had like daily, weekly, and monthly confluence. Anyway, it's pretty cool, right? Let me turn the bright up here. Let's brighten this show. Cool. Is that better? Makes no difference, huh? And is the sound really significantly better than it used to be? I don't know. I don't see that it's major better. So let me, I want to adjust the sound and let's see if it makes a difference. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? So I've turned it all the way off. I don't think you can hear me at all. There's a little button here. La 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 la. Ba ba da da ba. Close her eyes. Sound okay? Let's see. Cool. La 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 la. Okay, so it looks like you can still hear me, even though I changed that sound. So did anything change in the last, when I moved it? Munchkin says, pound up with no reason. Really? You need to pay attention to the news a little more. Yeah, pretty much the same. I don't know what that button does. It twists left and right. So I'll move it back to the middle. Let's see, that's way over, and that's way over, and this is middle. Yeah, pretty much the same. All right, let me get set up for ADP. Talk amongst yourselves. Make sure you're trading Swissy. All right, trade the news. Well, my relationship with Trade the News might be over. It looks like it's closed. The person I've known there since they were a tiny startup is no longer there. And they're like, who are you? What are you? What? Like, so, I don't know. I'll have to see if I can renew the relationship based on non-farm payrolls. So anyways. Here's something interesting. What do you think about that? You see how I set these things up? In this case, we said, look, you can assume that you can play it like it's a higher high or at the top. Either way, if you're bull or bear is the only thing that changes the strategy. But then we said, well, if it's going to go up, then it will have to do it this way. If you're a bull, that's what you'd be thinking. So in this case, we have a fib. You know, and we looked at, I think we go all the way back here, right? I identified some levels of potential support and all that kind of stuff. We can see it's staggering somewhere between the 382 and the 50%. So we put that in our analysis, and all that's really nice, and everything's great, dandy. And boom, 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 boom. And now it's walking up the stairs. Isn't technical analysis lovely? Does this make you guys excited? I love this stuff. It's fantastic. Right? Down, down, and then what? That moves over, up, up, and then we still don't know if it's going to head up, right? This is why you can't be late all the time. You can't be late to the game, right? The girls are going to pick a dancing partner. You can't be late. So you get this, and now what? Well, there's potential for that. Right? So it's like you got to be in the game. If you're a bull, you're buying these dips. If you're a bull, you buy the dip. If you're a bull, you buy the dip. Even here, you would have bought this, and it didn't work out as well as you would have hoped. Notice that it went bearish right at the exact bearish pivot that you would expect. Of course, it went bullish at the exact bullish pivot that you would expect as well. So this one maybe you made a little money, maybe this one you broke even. Okay? Resets off the target, right? Right? Once again, higher high, higher low, higher high. And this will go. Now we're worried about the potential for a double top. Cool. Well, most likely everybody on the planet sees this. Right? So will it go up or will it go down? Yes. Okay? It'll do one of them. One of them will happen. So you better start planning. Good morning, Vietnam! Like that? Is that like that, Luca? Lucas says I don't sound like Robin Williams in Good Morning America. Or Good Morning Vietnam. Sorry. Okay, good. I guess that's a good day. Didn't even need my AK. Uh-oh, I brought up Ice Cube. Might be racist. All right. Pound Swissy. Beautiful. Isn't this just lovely? In these dark hours that there's something beautiful to be trading. Okay. Take you to look at Swissy. Delete. Beautiful play on the M2. Beautiful play off the central. Target up here. And again, that's the potential for a double top. You know, the Andrew Bourdain scenario impacted me more personally. Alex says, I don't think Ice Cube would care. Beautiful. Look at these moves. Just gorgeous. Is that just a gorgeous, guys? Yeah, Eric BNL, well, hell. Rock is for Anthrax. Still we can rock bells. Time for me to exit. Terminator exit. Bring the noise. Oh. Stalled out here. Stalled out. There we go. To see why that's not updating. Keep forgetting. This is cool. You can just put it on today. And it doesn't even have ADP. What? Oh, ADP right there. Okay. La 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 la. Andrew, sometimes it just don't matter none. As long as you do your relative strength exercise, get your trades on, man. Maybe it's just moving because it is. Swiss National Bank doesn't like a strong Swissy. Maybe they're jumping in. Yeah. The thing is that you know. That's more important, isn't it? Isn't that more important? It's just that you know. You can do the research later. And try to figure it out as you count your money. So 135, huh? Buck 35. Oops. Cool. So ADP, thank you, Forex.Today. All right, so buck 35. This isn't going to work, is it? No. That's the weird part of this. So anyways, buck 35. What were we expecting? A buck 80? Still not up here. Maybe I have it turned off. No, looks like I got everything. Anyways. So let's see how the world reacted. She closes her eyes. Too bad. Paradise. Isn't that terrible when you get Coldplay stuck in your head? It's terrible. Yeah, we can do nat gas if you wish. Sure. What do you think? Is that pretty or what? Pretty sweet. Well, it's just as much effort, Jimbo. If I'm using a mouse with my right hand, I can take my mouse hand off the mouse and I can click enter on the keyboard, but I'm already holding the mouse. You know what? Really bugs me is when people do this. Instead of just doing this. Well, of course, now it's coming there, right? Bugs me when they go File, Profile, and then pick something, versus just hitting that. Okay. Yeah, this is not typically something that I would trade. This is for relative strength, obviously, Swissy yen. But beautiful, right? That's the exact pivot for the month. This is the exact pivot for the week. Okay? And, oops. And the target is down here, 106. Pretty neat. But again, this isn't something that I'm trading right now. And whoever pointed it out earlier made a quite valid point. Typically, these are relatively similar in strength or weakness. All right, like you'll see that we've been moving around the same price between 107 and 109 for basically 6 months. You know what I mean? So you don't typically see giant quick moves. In this case, yen got very, very weak, and now Swissy got very, very weak. On average, nothing really happened. Munchkin said, "You just found that feature today." Huh, amazing. Well, welcome to the club. What should I do? What should we do? Take a look at gold. Just kind of bouncing now off the support. Okay. So I think we talked about this yesterday. Again, it wouldn't be any different. If you're a bear, you're setting to sell now. Right? I think we covered this yesterday. Euro USD. So dollar a little bit weak, gaining some strength. Euro a little bit strong, losing some strength. They're about maybe neutral right now. Okay, well, let's go take a look. Okay. So I don't see anything here. Suppose if you were trying to step up, I don't like the step up idea because you didn't get a higher high than here, but you got a higher high than there. So I guess, but then you didn't get a higher high here. So I don't really see anything here. But when I looked at the index, I saw that I wouldn't see anything here, right? You know what I mean? Pro Trader says ADP. Yeah, that was 15 minutes ago. Or not even. That was 10 minutes ago. Yeah. So, yeah. Seems pretty mediocre. Now, Aussie's ridiculous, right? Aussie dollar is ridiculous if you want me to do that. Okay. Because you have the big move up and the big move down, and now we're double bottom and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so how do you want to play that? Well, we're at tomorrow's buy zone, so I don't know if you're going to front run tomorrow. Look at today's central pivot. Very obvious sell if you're a bear. M3 would have been, you know, I think you would have been more confident at M3. But you have to take a shot if it rolls over on the central pivot, right? Like if you have a trade plan. See, that's the thing. This always comes down to like if you have a trade plan, if you have a bias. If you have a bias, I'll solve it. Right? Check out my hook. Wow, my DJ revolves it, right? Like you just wouldn't miss this. Right? Right at Shanghai Open, I mean, you just wouldn't. Oh, everyone just said, Ed just told me my mic is nice. And by the way, microphones don't plug into microphone jacks anymore. They're USB. But does anyone else hear static? Please let me know. Type in static if you hear static. Risk off, Cedric. Uh-oh, Ed's got a broken microphone. Yeah, well, thank you, everybody. If you're from Jamaica, how do you withdraw? I don't know these things, dude. Talk to support. Oh, there's static if you turn up the volume. Well, I don't know. This is a digital microphone. I don't know where static would be coming from. It's not analog. Did you hear the static yesterday? I mean, I'll put it back to yesterday's setting, and that's that. So I just did yesterday's setting. And maybe I move it closer, I guess. Hey, baby. What are you trading right now? Oh, the static is gone. Okay, I fixed it. It's gone. Yeah. What are you trading right now, sweetheart? Show me your pips. All right. So we're moving. Is this better? La, 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 la. I still got this stupid Coldplay in my brain. How horrible. La da 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 da. So, how do you trade if you have a trade plan? Down, 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 up, up, sell. Down, 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 up, up, sell. Down, down, down. And then this is a big up, 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 I know. But then you still hit the same sell as here, 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 and here. All the same sells. Down, 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 up, up. Look, same sell. Down, 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 down. Up, up. Look, same sell zone. Same sell zone, sell zone, sell zone, sell zone, sell zone. Down, 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 down. Up, up. Look, it's the same sell zone. And then, oh no! M3 or M2, which is very normal. And then look, same sell zone as this sell zone, as this sell zone, as this sell zone, as this sell zone, and this sell zone. Good. Maybe I should sell. Down. Up. Look, same sell zone. Down. Then we get a consolidation day. So maybe I should erase the consolidation days. There's one there. There's one there. There's these. Then, look, sell zone. Look, sell zone. Look, sell zone. And maybe, hopefully, if it makes a lower low, I'm not sure it will, but if it did make a lower low, you would do that. But we're not sure of that yet. But this is definitely, even after that big move, boom. Oh, sorry. Well, you guys were the ones that were giving me all the, right? Okay, so anyways, I think I could keep my mic here. If I'm wrong, you let me know. Well, so someone Famobix says, hey, so risk-off scenario here, right? Well, first of all you're doing is trading the dollar. I discussed it yesterday and the day before, why the dollar gets strong in current market conditions. Right? So you're just trading a bias. We also know the export data out of Australia is terrible, right? You understand? Like, if you're not doing this, you're not trading properly. Okay? Don't get upset about it. Write it down. Like, take notes. Make a change, man. Take a look at yourself and make a change. Right? I mean, dude, seriously. Don't get all upset. Okay? Here's what I would say to myself. What's your major malfunction? Right? And I would fix it. Take the bitter medicine like I told you, like the Fed does, right? Don't be an ECB. Oh, I don't like him. He's so ECB, right? So why are you complicating your trading? Okay, hang on. Just for fun, I'm going to move something. Just in case there's electric static coming out of something. I don't know if that helps. Turn the gain down. Well, the other place, someone else asked me to move this. I mean, you guys, so many people are asking so many adjustments, right? So I don't know if that's going to help. But okay, so anyways, yeah. I think once you create a bias, you will find it, right? I think once you create a bias, you will find it liberating. Okay? So like, explain me this. Anyone that's gone through the training course will know that this is a weekly sell and that this is a monthly sell. Okay? And on top of that, we already just identified that somewhere in, I think it was actually this exact line right here. That's the daily central pivot. So there's a daily sell, a weekly sell, and a monthly sell. How many people understand this? That you've taken the swing trading course and you know those are all things you're looking for to fit a trade plan if you happen to be a bear. How many people know this? Okay. So if you're not answering, you need training. It's not your combination of moving averages, and it's not your oscillator, and it's not this or that. You don't understand things like price action and pivot points. Okay? So you have to jump on that and say that can be fixed. You can fix it any way you want. I can help you fix it. You can spend the next 5 years trying to figure it out. One way or the other, you're missing a major point of trading. Okay? Yeah, well, that's true, Jimbo, right? But you can't behave if you don't understand. You got to start with the understanding. Now, the interesting thing is, if you guys, let's say you've taken the training courses and stuff, maybe you're in my swing trading group, and you're still not quite connecting it. You have the intellectual knowledge, but you're still not getting the returns you expect. If you go to live.fxbootcamp.com, you insert money and you insert effort. Okay? It may be one of the most difficult things you ever do in your entire life. But we will fix your problem. Live.fxbootcamp.com. It's going to require money, but most importantly, it's going to require lots and lots and lots of time and effort and sacrifice. But by working with a performance coach, you will get fixed or you'll quit. And if you quit, you found out what's holding you back, and it's you. You might not be doing enough work. You might not be putting in enough time. You might not have the discipline, and that's why you're not as successful as you think you should be. Even though you have the intellectual capacity, you're like, but I missed that trade, and then I jumped on this one late, and that one punished me. And it turns out you don't have patience, you don't have discipline, and you don't do the work. And then you're like, oh my God, but I thought I'd be rich by now. Okay? So we can fix that. We will show you what needs to get done by essentially forcing you to do it. You need a drill instructor, right? You need a Forex daddy. So if you're struggling with consistency, you're missing trades, you're not setting things up right, you're lacking whatever, you're lacking something, live.fxbootcamp.com. You need a performance coach to hold your hand and push you off the cliff if necessary. Okay? Okay? So anyways, yeah, get on. Get going, man. Get going. All right, let's take a look. Let's go back here. Ryan is an amazing coach. Isn't it interesting that two of the Forex traders I respect most in the world are from South Africa? Isn't that amazing? Wonder why that is. South Africa must have good drinking water or something. You're like, wait, Cape Town doesn't have water. Yeah. But the best traders are in the USA? Maybe that's just their money is in the USA, so good traders come here. Maybe that's what it was. Right? Yeah. Yeah, Raymond's not scared of the work. No way. All right. So anyways, what should we be looking at? CAD, no, Euro's a little bit strong. Yen is quite strong. So you can go, so Swissy yen is what I put together already. You could do USD yen is probably down. Kiwi yen is probably down. Pound yen is down to sort of flattish. Aussie yen down significantly, which sucks because I tried to pick it up again. I got decent entries, but it's just not working for me. The fundamentals are fighting me. Oh, we got to do the peso for sure. And don't let me forget about Nat Gas. Someone requested Nat Gas. And there we go. Okay. No trade, no entry, no nothing. Now, maybe Friday? I don't know. But I told you, right, let's rehash this. Okay, I said, didn't I just do this like late last week? The point I was trying to make, and I think I made it quite clearly, that the repatriation trade happens. It's actually remittance. The remittance trade happens. It happens every month. Okay, so that's factual. It happens every month. And right now, I think it's 2.63 billion. Okay, in remittance. Okay, remittance trade. Okay, that happens like clockwork. Okay. Great. I might be a little off here. Might be 2.3, could be 2.6. It was getting bigger. Maybe it's getting smaller. That's something that you can look up. Okay? Great. So that's going to happen. Money will move from the United States to Mexico. Great. When that happens, Mexican peso will gain something because they gain 2.63 in demand. And when demand goes up, pa-chow. Value goes up. Is it 2.6B? It's not 6B. No. Can't be. $6B. You'll have to. I'll have to look it up. Anyways, is it 6.2B? Have I had it backwards for a while? Yeah. Well, I don't know the source and stuff, Russ. But anyways, it's amazing. Have I had it backwards all this years? 6.2B and not 2.6B? Oh, well. That might be 6 billion pesos. Anyways, so the general idea is the same. Money is going to flow from the United States to Mexico. It happens every month. Cool. So that will give the Mexican peso some strength. How much strength? Well, that's relative. Now, 2.6B to the US dollar is nothing. It's nothing. It has zero impact. It'll have some impact to the peso, generally not a ton, but it'll have some, right? So it's not really going to weaken the US dollar, but it might give the Mexican peso some strength. Okay? So, if the dollar is strong, USD Mexican peso is still going to go up. If the dollar happens to be weak, then this might actually be a pretty cool trade and it might follow through better than you expected. So we just talked about that. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before or late last week, whatever, but I had this conversation with you. And then in another conversation, I explained using behavioral finance, I explained why when the Fed cuts interest rates, the dollar goes up in value. So if you thread the needle here, I explained why the dollar's strong now, and then you could say, well, so this remittance trade has more risk associated with it than in times when the dollar is supposed to be weak. So for example, the day the Fed stops cutting interest rates, okay, so let's say we get to 0.5% and the Fed stops, okay? Great. On that day, on that moment when it spills off their lips, I will be a USD bear. And at that moment, this remittance trade will be in market conditions more favorable to the remittance trade. Okay? There you go, Gregors. I'm talking monthly. Russell got annual data. Okay, that makes, well, even that's pretty low now because I'm saying 2.6. It should be, you know, more than that. So I don't know. Those numbers are not adding up. So I'll have to do my own research. I hate it. I have to do my own research. Okay, guys. So can you see how you can filter this? I can see clearly now that Wayne is gone. It's gonna be a bright, lovely trade. Okay, cool. Never got it. Never got the turn. So, like I said, I got to walk. Beautiful little setup this way, though, if you're a bull. I don't want to be a bull in that one. So, it's nothing to me. All right, let's do some energy. Let's do the energy complex. Okay. So I want to start with oil, and we got net and it's weird. Why is that in there? So nat gas, nothing. Okay. Doesn't really tell me anything. I think I want to mark. Let me click in one. I think I got to mark this. But other than that, not enticing me to do anything. Okay. Do some WTI. Yep, just sitting on support. Okay. Sitting on support but not bullish. So you just kind of wait. Maybe change the template, throw in some weeklies as well as monthlies. Okay, and bulls should be looking for a change in direction here. So a bull is looking for this right now. I'm going to draw it with this tool. Okay. So that's what a bull is doing. Yeah, but that was, right? Famo Big says counter trend possible. Yeah, but that was yesterday's trade. Today is Wednesday. You were supposed to do it on Tuesday. Which training course? So Andrew, if you're doing just fxbootcamp.com, it's a video training course. It's video training. You learn. You watch. It's like going to school. You need lectures. Oil inventories today? Yep. Yep. 10:30. No, if you want performance coaching, if you need a live coach to break you down and build you back up as a successful trader, that's live.fxbootcamp.com. What's up, Ian? Yeah, at the very least, guys, you should check it out. Oops. Okay. But if you haven't taken the training courses, I don't know. I mean, you have to have basic knowledge. If you've taken the training courses, you have knowledge, you've been trying for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, and you know how to trade, you understand the technicals, but you're still not as successful as you wanted to be. Think about being like, you're a professional golfer, you're on the PGA, like you're one of the best. But if you lack a coach, you're going to fall apart. Every single day, Ernest. Right? Well, I guess not Saturday and Sunday, but I don't know. You should ask Ryan. It's one of these things where it just, you need to step up hardcore. It's truly a boot camp. You should schedule a month or two where you just make redonkulous sacrifice. So you know, like when I go to Harvard and I spend a month at Harvard and I do 16 weeks. No, wait, I do 32 weeks of schoolwork in 3.5. I literally sleep 2 or 3 hours a day. The rest I'm either in class or I'm doing projects or I'm studying. Literally, it's midnight. I get kicked out of Starbucks, but I have a full cup of coffee, and then I go over to the Smith Center, which has a study area for students. I can go up there, and it's open all night. So you got to go through a building, which requires a card. Then I got to go through another glass door, which requires a card. Then I go past a security desk with 2 security people, which then needs a card. Then I go through elevators, which needs a card. And then I go up, and then I go through another set of glass doors that need a card. And now I'm in the study zone with, you know, bean bags and all that kind of stuff, and desks everywhere, and meeting rooms everywhere. And I can be there all night. So I go there at midnight with a full cup of Starbucks coffee, sit down and continue studying. This is how I am. And I don't know if it's a requirement of success, but I have at least half a brain but I have a very strong work ethic. And I think it's mostly work ethic that brings you success. Right? Well, Pro Trader says economics won't make you money, business does. Yeah, but my point though is you might need that sort of that challenge put in front of you, like a structured, like the Live FX Bootcamp program is ridiculously structured, ridiculously focused. Take you this, do this many times, and come back. And then when you're done that, do this so many times, and then come back and show me what you got. And then do these next things, these specific things. Do it or do not. There is no try. And all of a sudden you might find out, well, Wayne, right? That's too difficult. I don't have enough time. Well, dude, you just found out why you're not successful. You know what I mean? Right, Ernest. So that's what it is. And you might not know. And to me, again, I wouldn't find it insulting. I would find it like, oh my God, this is so enlightening. Now I realize why I haven't found the success that I thought I had. I thought I didn't understand the market, or I thought I didn't have the right tools. No one just showed me what needed to be done, but now that I know what needs to be done, I can do that. I can do that, but I just didn't know. That's all I ever need. As once I see, oh, I get it now. That's what they need to do. And off I go. Right? Yeah. Jimbo, actually, it's quite high. The success rate is quite high. I don't count people that quit because that's why they're not successful. But there are like lots of people that will tell you not only did it make a better trader, it probably changed them personally. There's nothing like it in the market, and there is nothing better in the market. Yeah. So what else should we do? Yeah, CAD's coming down even harder than it was. Make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do. All right. Nothing. Look at that. The Kiwi CAD. Kiwi CAD. But anyways, look at that incredible double bottom. Coincidence, I know, right? So check this out if you're just doing price action, right? Up, 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 up. Excuse me. Jason's so funny. Do you earn more than you lose? I mean, it's such a silly question. Yeah. It's an amazing question, actually. It's just amazing that the mental, like I'm not insulting you. I probably am insulting. I don't mean to. It's just amazing. Like the psychology behind asking a question like that is pretty enlightening. It made me instantly think of the Jim Morrison quote, right? Wandering in hopeless night, and you're like, wait, you have a flashlight? Does it help you see forward? Will it help me get home? And you're like, woo. It's interesting. The psychology of asking that question is really interesting. All right, so let's move off. I don't know, like what we should do at this point. Aussie's getting crushed. but they're cutting interest rates, so that makes sense. Did we look at pound Swissy? I know we looked at some of the Swissies. Famabik says, Wayne, how many trades open per week on average? Well, it depends on the time of year. So in the beginning of January, I'll have none. This time of year, 30 or 40 or 50. I've had as many as like 150 open trades. Thank you guys for all the positive comments about FX Bootcamp training. Appreciate that. Yes. Yeah, no, totally, Jason. I'm just saying it's a really, I mean, it's a valid question. But, I mean, like, no matter what the answer I'd give you, you're not going to believe me anyways, right? You're like, oh, well, he's just selling me his shit. Okay, fine. So you're going to discount everything. So there's no real need for me to even answer it because it's not a facetious question. It's I'm looking at the lake while I think. You know, again, to me, the psychology of asking it is really just. I feel where you must be. That's what I feel. So it's not a silly question, but it's of like, oh, of course, right, of course. And then you would expect me to say that and all that kind of stuff. But just hang with me, Jason, for like the next 3-4 years. There are people here that have known me for 10 or 15 years. So hang out, man, until you feel comfortable. No, but it's such a heartfelt question. That's how I took it. Not a stupid question or a silly question. It's such a heartfelt question. But it's also deep and dark, right? So like, whoa, man, whoa. So welcome to your new trading family, Jason Cross. Make sure you subscribe and just hang out for the next 10 years. And maybe between now and the next 10 years, you'll learn to trust again. You probably lost the ability to trust out of good reason. Just hang, man. Just hang, observe, absorb, take notes, and then over time, maybe we can move forward and break through for you. Right? No, well, stop losing money, right? Stop trading. 12 years, huh, Jay? Or Ed? Yeah. 12 years, amazing, huh? Cool, right on. Well, subscribe. I see that you didn't subscribe. Come on, Jason. Click the subscribe button. Jason, JC, Crossy, double cross. Click the subscribe button. I'm watching you. Make the commitment. Come on now. You can do it. We're all waiting. Come on. Jason. Don't you turn your back on me. I won't be ignored. Come on, Jason. Come on, Jason. Click the subscribe button. Come on. It's right below the video. You did? All right, so you must have done it a long time ago, but you said it was your first time here. No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't see you. Anyways, yeah, you can do it. Don't forget to click the little belly thing. Yeah. All right. I don't see it, Jason. You say you're subscribing, but today's your first day, and I don't see your subscription. But all right. All right. All right. Fine. Okay. Okay, Jason. All right. Aussie, Swiss, pound. You know, yeah, we did do that. They're all set. This is too high to flip. It's flippable, but I don't like doing it outside the pivots. Yeah, these are all things like, again, if you had the bias or you had the trade plans, these are well on their way. Rico Owens. Arrow. Thanks, Ricky. Welcome to the family. Is that right, Ernest? Oh my God. Do you know how many hours I spend at this desk? It's really sickening. And then I walk over there and I sit and have coffee or smoke a cigar. And then a few hours a day I walk upstairs to spend time with my wife and my kids. And when I get out of the house, I'm like driving to the library or driving to the grocery store, or I'm dropping the kids off, or we're going to the country club or something. But like, I leave and I eat, or I leave and I buy food, right? Or that's it. Or I leave and drop kids off and come home. So like, my whole entire life is in this chair. So sometimes maybe the humor comes out of just exhaustion or desperation or a need for stimulation or something. But I spend a crazy amount of time in this little room, my soundproof room with biometric locks. My wife keeps coming to the door. It's a glass door, but it's biometric lock, and she can't come in, so she knocks. I'm like, yeah. Open the door. I'm like, I'm busy. Open the door. I think she thinks I might have made the wrong decision putting biometric scan doors on my office. All right, let's look at dollar pivots. Okay. Aussie dollar recovered. It's getting destroyed. There are some up possibilities, but remember, you got to stick with your logical, intelligent bias. So you could... no, I don't go to the gym. No, I don't go to the gym. Chris Claim making Clinks.com tools. That kind of sounds spammy, Chris Claim. Kind of sounds spammy to me. Yeah. Oh yeah, the pivots are not magic. Pivots won't save you. If you don't have patience and discipline and you don't do your work, you're not going to make any money. Right? Let's say you're an amateur race car driver. You don't practice, you've never taken a class, but you want to become a professional race car driver. And luckily you were born with money. You have a rich daddy. So you're like, I want a 1,500 horsepower race car. I don't really know how to drive that well. I certainly haven't taken a class. I'm really lazy. Right? So you're just going to get in this car. 1,500 horsepower. Was it the Koenig or whatever? all right, or your Bugatti, and you're like, look, I got the money. I got the race harness. I got the little fire extinguisher down there. I got the $25,000 helmet. Great. What happens when you get out on the racetrack? You got the world's greatest car, the world's greatest helmet. You got it all decked out. You got all the cool stickers. Yeah, like even getting around the first couple of turns is almost impossible with that kind of horsepower, right? So like having a ridiculously powerful car will not make you a better driver, nor will it actually make you go faster. I mean, if you're doing a drag race, okay. But if you've ever raced a car, oh my God, right? Wasn't there like that? What, really? My experience in the paddock, so many years ago now, it was during the financial crisis. So I met the president of BMW USA. I was hanging out with him. This was in Connecticut. And I was racing Lotuses at the Rolex Vintage Series. And these guys that came to the racetrack had like vintage Bugattis. They looked like farm tractors, right? These guys brought $100 million worth of cars. And I don't mean like everyone, all the cars together. Like one person would bring, well, maybe 100 million is too much. They would bring 25 million of their own cars that are typically in museums. They would bring to the racetrack. So I'm hanging out with people that fly in by private jet or by helicopter, right? And a crew showed up the day earlier with one or two semi-trucks, a crew, drivers, mechanics, and all that kind of stuff. So they show up and their full-time employee racing crew would have the semi-trucks opened up and they're full garages, and they bring out the Le Mans car and the vintage Bugatti and the old Ferrari from the 50s or the 40s, right? They bring out all these cars, and it's just one dude, right? This is kind of right. Like, so anyways, I met all these guys because I'm in the paddock at night, and this is where you could, I mean, you can't, fans can't be there. You have to have your own car and your own crew. And so we had an RV on the paddock with the Lotuses and stuff. And anyway, so out there, I had bottles of wine, and guess what? People would walk by, right? And we're just like, hey, so what do you do? Oh, I'm the president of BMW United States. Amazing. Right? So you can buy F1 cars and get out there and race for sure. But I can tell you, all that money doesn't make you a better race car driver. A lot of experience and a lot of training is going to make you a better race car driver. It was pretty neat, though. That was where I also met a guy that worked at Bear Stearns that did that sovereign wealth fund trade with China. Remember China's very first investment ever? He arranged the deal, and he got something like a $25 million bonus. Not the year-end bonus, just a bonus for doing that trade. And he was talking to me because the financial crisis was coming in. And he's like, hey, I have a house here. Do you need a place in Connecticut? And I'm like, is it nice? He's like, yeah, I paid like 40 million for it. You could have it for like 15 or 20. And he was just liquidating stuff. Met another guy. He has something like 200 Ferraris in Connecticut. He bought an entire World War II canning factory, the kind with the glass roofs over the whole long thing. And he bought it because it's, big glass walls, big glass ceiling. and the cool thing is, and these hardwood floors that are amazing. Well, at the far end of the factory was an elevator large enough you can drive a car in and then go up to the second level. So he filled the whole thing with Ferraris, vintage Ferraris, amazing, amazing levels of money, amazing cars, right? Originals, amazing. What you can do with your money. But it won't make you a better trader. Won't make you a better race car driver. This comes down to hard work and discipline. You can look at those guys and say, oh, that's what I want. But you might miss the fact that, they have the talent, the education, the drive, all these things that are required. And the other things are just nothing. Right? You can't just have pivots. I guess is what I'm trying to say in summary. You can't just have pivots and say the pivots are going to save me. Okay? Pivots will not save you. They're a requirement, in my opinion. But you need patience and discipline. And you need to want to do the work. You need to do the work. Okay? And that's what I think happens is, I think you get the technical analysis, because it's not that hard. Technical analysis is not hard. Okay? So you'll get it, and then you find you don't have the success that you expected or you think you deserve, or you all that kind of stuff. And you might be finding that you are holding you back from your success. And that's what needs to be fixed. That's what live.fx bootcamp is. It's another human being pushing you and pulling you. Right? Because sometimes, if not all the time, that's what's required. Oh, yeah, sure, Ernest. What I trade this way on Forex, futures, stock indices, treasuries, and I would imagine pretty much everything. I don't trade individual stocks. I'll buy them once in a while, but it's not really what I do. Right? My big ones like Bank of America at $5, Delta Airlines at $5, Apple computer I bought at $6. I can't remember. I owned Cisco from back when I worked at Cisco. I can't remember. It was more than that though. I think I owned Cisco at $15. But that was a long time ago. When did I work at Cisco? 95, 97, 98? Anyways. Sanjay, define higher time frame use. Yusuf says, hey, NFP on Friday. Hope you'll be here to take us through. I will be at FX Street. I've been doing a monthly webinar at FX Street for almost 14 years, 13 and a half years. So look for that. Right on, Manuel. Namaste. Oh, for stock indices or individual stocks? Again, I don't trade individual stocks. I might invest in them. I have a stock portfolio, but my wealth management team does that. All right. So, yeah, no, I don't know. I don't flip stocks like that. I used to be a venture capitalist, so I think being in the stock market is stupid. If I paid 10 cents for a share and sell it for $100, I wonder like what kind of idiot would pay $100. But I don't really care. And then once it starts trading, and the CEO has $100 million of personal wealth on the line, I think there's an incentive for that person to lie like crazy, even if they don't realize they're lying, even if they don't think they're lying. They're going to be so ridiculously biased that they can't help but not tell the full truth and nothing but the truth. They're never going to come out and say, wow, everything's mediocre and we got a couple of screwballs on our senior team that we need to fire, and our board sucks, and we have customers that don't want to pay us, and it's a real shithole, right? No, they never say that. So I like trading Forex because I'm trading central bank versus central bank, not what some CEO said or what some press release that was twisted, right? So I don't trade individual stocks like that. Stock indices, I'll trade the S&P 500 all day long. Yeah, Robert, I would just say generally they're all fake. But I think you already know that though too. Now, I've had conversations like this with lots of other people, and then I give my opinion, and they're like, "No way, no way," and they're so desperate in need of that vision that is sold that they won't listen to me anyway. So, but it just doesn't make any sense if you look at it on paper. Euro USD. Is it time to buy now? No. No. Why would you buy now? This is like the dumbest place to buy. You'd have to have no capacity for knowing how to trade to buy that. You couldn't pick a worse place. Does that answer the question? At least I'm clear, right, Jason? Right? So you should write it down. You absolutely, totally, without a shadow of a doubt, don't know how to trade. So I would break down every rule that you think you have and destroy it. Like literally wipe your slate clean. And you have to actually get there emotionally as well as intellectually. And this is where a lot of people have trouble too. There's so much pride on the line. But this is what destroys you. And if it doesn't destroy you today, it'll destroy you when you have to make a big decision and lots of money is on the line, and you'll go emotionally and it'll destroy you. But you need to wipe the slate clean and just say, I am going to start from scratch. I am going to forget everything I've ever been taught about Forex or trading in general, and start from the very beginning. So I would recommend to use like a golfing analogy. I don't care if you've been golfing for 14 years. You need a really good coach, okay? And then when you work with the coach, you need to start with the coach on how you grip your club. That's first day's lesson. Show me how you hold the club. Where are your fingers? Okay? Do you do that? Do you do that? Are you doing this or doing that? Is it here or is it here? Okay? Is it here? Okay? That's what I'd start with. And you're like, oh, come on, man. I want the driver. Let's get the driver out and let's hit some balls. I'm like, no. First thing I would focus on is the grip. Okay? Second thing is I want you to swing and hit a beanbag. What? I want you to hit a beanbag. I want to hit the big dog. Let's get the big dog out. No, let's take out a 8-iron. And I want you to aim. What? Yeah. That flag. 150 yards away. I want you to aim at it. And you know what? Most people don't know how to aim. I used to have this story. I guess I can share it now, and I know I've gone too long, but anyways, one of the products that I looked at when I was a venture capitalist was this entrepreneur had a patent on a tea. Okay, and he said, "Look, it's a tea that doesn't break, so people don't have to waste money on a tea." Now the funny thing is, does anyone spend money on on teas? I guess they do. I guess how much is a bag of teas? Like $3? So it was really silly. I forget why we even met with this dude. But anyways, he had this cool tea. And I can almost think of the name. Something tea. Anyways, it was nice. It came with a little leather pouch. And it had about 6 teas in there. And anyway, so he's like, look, you tee the ball up. You hit it. And it doesn't break because there's a hinge. I guess I could draw this. Okay, there's this part of the tee. Okay, and then there's a hinge. And then the second part of the tee, where the ball sits. Okay, and the hinge moves this way. So if you drive the ball this way, it pivots this way. Ooh, that's supposed to be a T, right? And it doesn't break. It does like this. So then you pick up the T, put it back in your thing, and off you go. Okay. But the problem is, would you spend $20 on these teas so that you don't have to spend $5 on a whole bag of teas? Like the proposition value was really low. But this was all patented and everything. Okay? So anyways, we looked at it because I said, well, what if it was an aid? What if it made you a better golfer? Would you spend the $20? Because you're not going to spend the $20 so that every 6 months you don't have to spend $5, right? You're like, the pain is not big enough. You're like, I don't really care. I just buy a bag of teas for $5, and that's enough for like probably a year, right? Okay, you see what I mean? But what if it made you a better golfer? What if it saved you 3 strokes per round? Would you pay $20? Would you pay $30? So anyway, so I hired a consultant, and we had some people play. We had him look at it. He interviewed some people, and we found something very interesting. If the tee was faced the wrong way, so instead of, let's say I'm hitting this way toward the camera, okay? The hinge has to bend this way. But if you have the hinge going the wrong way and you swing toward the camera, you're going to break it in half because this hinge, right? So guess what we found? Because you don't want to break your $20 tee, you have to point it in the right direction, which made people aim. They're like, okay, I'm trying to go toward the pin this way. Where's the pin? Where's the green? Okay, the green is this way. Now, the tee box isn't always aiming at the green. The tee box is sometimes this way, but the green is that way. So anyway, so you're like, okay, I want the ball to go this way. So I have to have the hinge. And we actually changed the direction, so you put the ground, the tee in the ground with the break toward the pin, and then you stand it up to put the ball on. But now there's a fall line aimed at the pin, and then you don't want to swing the wrong way because, again, you would break the tee. So now you'd align your feet properly. tripled the value of the product. Intent, aiming, focus. So much more important, right? If you don't aim, you're not going to hit it in the proper place. It's like trading without a bias, just banging the ball out there, banging the ball out into the fairway. Not a successful way to golf. Now, if you're a professional golfer trying to win tournaments and the difference between coming in 30th and 29th is $200,000. Like, every shot matters. Okay? No golfer just goes out there and whacks the ball out. No, I wonder where it's going to land. I wonder where the green is. I wonder what the slope on the green is. Oh, we'll find out when we get there. Is there sand down there? Hey, Jimmy, is there a sand drop over on the left side? Like, dude, come on. This is our job. So you got to be hardcore prepared and stuff like that. Okay? Is this the right place to buy euro dollar? No, it's the dumbest place to buy euro dollar. So we need to fix the process, right? But that Freddie didn't like it. Yeah, I guess I lost focus somewhere in the story, and I apologize for that. I was trying to get the facts right on it. Okay, but what I was trying to tell you is that preparation and focus and intent from a bias and a plan, okay, this is more important than any technical indicator that you have. Okay, Freddie? Okay? If you're a professional golfer, aiming is more important than what driver you use. Okay? Oh, you got the Big Bertha. That's going to fix your game. But you don't aim. You got your Big Bertha, but you don't aim. Okay? Is that a better example, Freddie? So I focus on this. Once you understand how to build a bias and create a trade plan, which is a strategic and tactical manifestation of your bias, what technical indicators you use to actually trade become almost irrelevant. It's just whatever you like. What driver do you like? Do you still buy Nike? Do you like Callaway? Do you like TaylorMade? Shouldn't matter, man. At that point, if you aim and you know how to swing a club, what brand of club you use is probably pretty irrelevant. Okay? Why is it really? Okay, let's go over this. Okay, first of all, it's making lower lows. Okay. Second thing is you only buy low, but it's making a high. And you only buy at support, but we're at resistance. Yeah, Jason, if you watch all my videos from last week, I was only getting like 3 hours of sleep a night. Okay. Is that helpful, Max? You want to be a buyer in uptrends and you want to buy lows. This is a downtrend and we're at a high. You couldn't pick a dumber place to buy. Okay? So, let's change the question, where would a better buy have been? Well, how about at support? if you were ridiculously aggressive, okay, maybe there. Or, and I got to drop in even further. Oops. Come on now. Okay. Drop in a little further. And maybe, just maybe you took this one on a roll reversal. Okay, that's fine. I mean, but that was part of your plan, right? So you got your 618 Fibonacci retracement. You on a small time frame, you might be counting that as a double bottom. You might be counting this as a higher high. So on higher time frames, you haven't got that yet. But on the smaller time frame, you say, all right, I want to buy off the monthly M2. I'm counting this as a double bottom. Therefore, I'm counting this as a higher high. Therefore, I'm going to fib the sucker, look for something between the 382 and 618. And in particular, you will also notice that we're at a roll reversal. So you're like really at the lower half of the sweet spot is where I want to take the shot. So you longed it at the 5A cross. Okay. Very simple technical analysis, right? Buying up here is just stupid. I know it's a very limiting word, stupid, but you're like, how long? You're like 5 hours late, and you're at very, 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 very obvious resistance. It's just, it doesn't follow any rules of engagement at all. None. None. I can't even fake it. I can't see any reason at all to be buying now. I can't even fake a reason. I can't even make up like, well, if you were super ridiculously aggressive. There's nothing. I can't think of any reason why this would be a buy now. None. Okay. So like we'll back out to the daily chart. No, like honestly, there's no reason at all. Zero. Rock, dude, as little as possible. I'd rather have 100 small trades open than one big trade. Because one big trade I can get unlucky, and it could be catastrophic, but I can't get unlucky with 100 trades. Because everything averages out. Does that make sense? So luck is completely removed, and the law of averages takes over. Okay? Okay, so max is, but relative to August, it's at lows. What are you talking about? Why August? So yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. On a daily trade, on a daily chart, okay? So again, just let's say the basic rules from my book 15 years ago, right? The market is technically bearish. It's not an opinion. It's a factual statement. Technically speaking, the market is bearish. And it's gone from quite bearish to even more bearish. So now you should be able to see and draw a MACD. So if I told you draw me a MACD, you should be able to draw the MACD. So the MACD, so let's do the water line. There's the water line. The MACD crossed below the water line here and is actually getting further and further. So it's incredibly bearish, but in the last week or two has become more bearish. Okay, cool. So now maybe you're throwing together a counter trend. Well, I'm not a counter trend trader, and I'm not going to teach you to be a counter trend trader. I can't fathom why you'd want to buy something in a bearish market. Okay, now, this is a bullish price. Okay, this is where a bull is going to try to buy. So you could say, okay, look, I'm a bull. Okay, that's cool too. Okay, Max? Okay? You're like a bull, that's your bullish price. Okay, good. So let's focus on that. So if you were already a bull and a week or two ago you identified this price down here as your bullish price, which I just highlighted on the higher time frame, then that's excellent. That's fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic if you're a bull. And you had a wonderful opportunity to buy it. And you had a wonderful opportunity to buy it as a second chance. Buying it up here is just ridiculously lacking of any skill and any discipline at all. You understand? And don't take that personally. It's a trade plan. It's technical analysis, right? So all you should say is, I see what he says. Technically, that makes sense. And you should redo your technical analysis. Okay? Now, fundamentally, there's a lot of reason why euro dollar should fall too. One of them is the Fed's cutting interest rates. And that strengthens the USD. And the euro has negative interest rates, which should weaken the euro. So there's a lot of fundamental reasons why this may be down. But if you're a bull, the double bottom is tradable. Okay? The roll reversal is tradable. But I'm being asked now, like, is this a good time to buy? Absolutely, ridiculously not. Just gross negligence is how I'd look at that. If you were trading for me in a hedge fund and you lost money, client money, you lost money buying up here, I would consider that gross negligence. Okay. Now, Rock Dude says, are you looking to sell? Well, that's much better. That's a much better scenario, right? So let's take a look at that. We'll go back to, let's say, to the 4 hour. Are we at resistance? Yeah, we're at a roll reversal resistance, but we're not at pivot resistance, right? So let's say plan A would be look for resistance up in here, okay? And you'll see that that captures this and all that kind of stuff. So a little higher would be cool. You might have already sold in here, okay, on that original move. So let's go into that. Let's go back to a 15-minute chart. Okay. You may have already, as a bear, tried selling in here maybe, okay? And it came down and didn't work. That's fine. And you can see that this is a very bullish buy zone for bulls. My point is, if you're a bull, just to make it clear, right? If you're a bull, you were supposed to be buying down here or buying down here, okay? So I could understand if you're long at 109. Okay, if you're long as a bull somewhere around just below 109 or just above 109, that's a heck of a great trade. 109.50, terrible. Terrible. It shows me no plan, no discipline, and you're buying high, not buying low. Like, I just don't understand at all. Because we know the basics, right? You buy low. Right? We understand that. And you buy at support, right? Now, if you argue with me on this basic assumption, because I understand this is a basic assumption, okay? So, if you argue with me on this one, okay? If you, on these 2 points, if you disagree with me on this, they're like, if you're a buyer, you buy low and you buy at support. If you disagree with me on these 2 points, there's nothing I can do for you. Because that we so see the world from a different point of view that there's no way I can convince you otherwise. But if you understand that general idea, you buy low and you buy at support, then is this low? No. Is it at support? No. So I can't, like, I don't understand. Like, I can't even, like I said before, I can't even fake a reason why you could buy this. Now, you might argue like, but Wayne, look, it's going up. Yeah, well, you should have bought it 50 pips ago. Buying here is very disastrous, and maybe it's moving up now, but you do that 100 times, and the vast majority of the times you will lose. That's all that matters. Okay? It's just a matter of time. So, why do I break it down like this? You need to ask yourself, as you go through the trading day, what your bias is. What is my bias? What is my intent here? Going back to my story about the T, aiming. What is my intent? I'm a buyer. Okay, great. I buy at support on retracements. Okay, so it's gone up for 5 hours. Do I buy it now? No, you buy it 5 hours ago. Gee whiz. You understand? Oh, but it's still going up, Wayne. You buy low, you buy at support. This ain't low, this ain't support. I could never have even thought of buying it. Right? Okay? Buying down here was a great idea if you're a bull. Buying down here was the best idea if you're a bull. And there is nothing else if you're a bull. Okay? The next part is maybe tomorrow you can buy pretty much at the same price, but now it would be buying low at support. Okay? Okay? So, to those that maybe, if I rubbed you the wrong way, it's not my intent, but we don't have a lot of time together every single day, and I have to be clear. So I have to be larger in life, I have to exaggerate for effect, but I hope you take in the lesson. Okay? Okay, no, Max. No. Okay, Max. So your bias is that you're bearish on the USD. Just, I mean, okay. I think that's not the right thing because of what's happening at the Fed, but that's okay. Okay, that's okay. I'm okay if you disagree with me on bias. Okay. You understand? I'm okay with that because there's some probability that you're right. And if you're not right today, you'll be right at some point, and that's what I'm okay with. As long as you have a bias and you stay with it and you're consistent, you will be fine. Okay, Max? All right. So you're a bull. Therefore, you can only buy at support and you can only buy low. So I'm not saying that you're not correct because you said you're bullish. But buying at resistance at a high price is always going to lead you to failure. Okay? You will go bankrupt buying at resistance. Okay? You will become insolvent. You cannot buy at resistance. Okay? So I want to make sure we all understand each other here. It's not the fact that Max and Jason are assuming up. I'm totally okay with that. This, by the way, right here, when you're bullish, this buy is awesome. Fantastic trade. Okay? This one's pretty aggressive, but that's tradable. Okay? So going back to this scenario, is this support? No. Is this a low price? No. Okay? And I'm talking about this area here. Now, tomorrow, let's say we're in this yellow zone. Is that support? Yes. Is that low relative to a high if it does make a high? Yes. Same price, completely different scenario. Okay? But now was the question. Is this a good place to buy now? No. The worst place you could possibly buy now is that. You couldn't come up with a dumber plan. And I think that's what I said originally. Okay? Doesn't make you dumb. It makes the plan dumb. Yeah. Okay. So anyways, I hope you take it in that this is positive information I'm trying to convey to you in a very short amount of time over the internet across thousands of miles. Okay? I hope you take it to heart that I'm trying to help and trying to make a difference, and that you take it that I'm sending it with love. Okay? And with that, I think we've gone 2 hours almost. So I guess I got to pull the plug, right? MoveOn.com. So thank you very much for your time today's. Thank you for your time today. Appreciate you. I like the way you trade. Mm-hmm. So, hey, I like the way you trade. Mm-hmm. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May our profits be above average. Please subscribe. Please like. Please leave comments every day on the, not just the chat, in the comments below the video recordings. Say hi. Say thank you. Ask a question, but please leave a comment. There should be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments on the videos, but there's 12. There should be 300. Okay? Okay. You got that? So hopefully. So, and please visit Trader's Way and open an account, and let's do that. I'll see you guys tomorrow for ISM, and then Friday I'll be at FX Street. Gerald! Thank you, Gerald. I'll see you on Friday at fxstreet.com for Trade Non-Farm Payrolls Live. I don't know what month it is, but it's about 13 and a half years of doing that webinar. Okay, which is amazing because I'm 21. So you add that up. I started at a very young age. Very lucky, very fortunate. See you tomorrow, guys.